Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, Black and married with kids. This is Dunamis D, aka Pastor D, and I'm so excited about this Tuesday right here. I hope that you have taken over some things in your life. I hope that you have come up against things that was designed to come up against you, because we are here on Takeover Tuesday and we're going to take it by force as you learn how to stand even the more as the woman. So you all know I have been talking about the woman, and so we're going to get into some really key nuggets tonight. I'm excited. Hey, Janelle, I want you all to go and share this right now with some women who are standing, believing, continuing to press towards the mark. Tell them they need to get on right now. Share it, because I know every dunamis woman has other dunamis women in her life. So I'm excited. I also want to thank Lamar and Ronnie for this opportunity to be able to come and speak to you and be before you as a spiritual leader and spiritual life and relationship coach, you all. The key word is being spiritual, not religious, spiritual. Trust me, we are spirit beings, and we have the breath of our Creator on the inside of us. And He created us to be a woman or a man. Now, you can't be both now, but we're Black and we're married, and He made us Black. Hey, Linda, how are you? And so I want you all to really just embrace yourself, because it's going to be real. I don't know what you mean. Is it's going to be Christianity? I don't know, but I know one thing: it's going to be real, because life is real, you all. Life is real. Who asked us to become a woman? Did you have a say so? You didn't. I didn't. When God created me to be a woman, He didn't ask for my permission. He didn't ask for what I was going to do with it. He just created me. He made me. He made you. And here we are. When He decided for you to be the man that you are, David, you are the man, and you had no say so. So He put something on the inside of every man and every woman that you may live life. And He created us to be Black. He made our epidermis. And so He gave us a strength and a force, you all, that was tried to be robbed from us a long time ago. But you just can't do it. Not with a Black man and a Black woman. You just can't do it. So yes, go and share this post and tell every woman of power that you know to get on. I'm excited because Dunamis Woman LLC Enterprise is what I have founded. I work very closely with my daughters, and you all have seen Ariel on there, and even my granddaughter. So hey, Sharon, I'm so glad this is your first time. Welcome all the way from South Carolina. So thank you for staying, and stay tuned, because there's going to be some great things on here. But I work closely with my daughters. My heart's desire and what I'm thriving to do is to build a legacy. Hey, and Antoinette, awesome, first time. Welcome. And so I'm building something with my daughters, because I firmly believe I've been an entrepreneur all my life, just to give you a little background, and I have built businesses. But the main business that I had built in at one point was a not-for-profit. And I want to share this with you because I got Black men out of prison. I got all young men out of prison. They was from the age of 13 to 24. But realistically, 98% of all the young men that I've had literally come in my care and in my custody, literally for the state of Illinois, were African American men, Black men. And the severity of their criminal activity, the severity of what they were going through, they were damaged in their soul because of the dysfunction in their home, because of the father that's being absent. And then you all know, sons love their mother. But the mother was a woman, a powerful woman, and she was hurting. Some things happened that caused damages in her soul. So it impacted her sons and her life and her legacy. And so over numerous of years, you all, I literally had over 6,000 young men come in my care. Literally, it was my life. It was my business for about 10 or 12 years. And then I was transitioned into another aspect of life to bring healing to the souls of women. I started off on radio and television and different media platforms when I was in Chicago, Illinois. And here recently I have just transitioned to Atlanta on a quest to bring a movement even the more and greater to have healing for the souls of women, that we may be able to be all that we were created to be for our sons, for our daughters, for our husband, for our family, for our life, our own life, ladies, and our own legacy. So out of that sprouted Dunamis Woman Enterprise. So I want to be a living epistle and a living testimony. Antoinese, thank you. Hallelujah is right. That I may build a legacy for my daughters, that both of them, my granddaughter, that even when I'm here, Dunamis forever lives. Dunamis will forever live because it's not mine. It's a spiritual term. It's a Greek term. And that Greek term, dunamis, it literally means a miracle itself. And so women, no man or no woman, no male or any female have come on this earth unless he or she has come through the womb of a woman. That's what makes us so powerful. Now, how do we take that natural aspect of what we have been given the ability to do? See, and that's what dunamis means. It means a supernatural strength, a supernatural ability. It means a supernatural force, you all. You know you can't have no child and birth no child without some supernatural. That pain is too great. That pain and those contractions, it comes to wear you out. But you have the fortitude. That's dunamis. That's another term. You have the spiritual fortitude that has been given and endowed within your soul to take the pain, to take the contractions. All the man does is plant the sperm. He have a good time doing it. And here we are, got to carry everything else. So it is natural, so it is spiritual. However, life comes to hit us in the very depths of our soul that we might not be able to endure, and it diminishes our power. It diminishes our strength. And that's why I'm here today, because we're going to learn some key nuggets on how to take over our life, how to stand. How does a woman stand when she has done all to stand? How does the woman stand? Can you all answer that question for me real quick? How have you been standing as a woman of power when you have done all, though you think, to stand? Dunamis is, Antoinese, I'll be glad to spell it, D-U-N-A-M-I-S. D-U-N-A-M-I-S. I hope that's what you were asking. But what have you done, ladies? What do you do to stand when you have done all, though you think, to stand? Because you're so powerful, life hits us in aspects of our soul. That's our emotions, you all. Women are emotional beings. The men can attest to this, and we perceive emotionally. And that's how we become depleted, and that's how we become drained. But I want to ask you to continue to stand, because I want to give you some things tonight. I am going to give it to you that's going to cause you to be empowered. Bree, thank you. It's faith. Yes. Faith. Lenora, I thank you for your little emoji, but I thank you, Bree, for faith. I thank you for just even expressing yourself. Michelle Dunamis. So let me get right into it. Once again, for those of you all, hey, Yolanda, who popped on, I am Dunamis D, a.k.a. affectionately known Pastor D. I have been a spiritual leader and spiritual life and relationship coach. Jamaica from Maryville, Indiana. Hello. For almost over 30 years now, okay? But I am on a quest to bring healing to the souls of women, as I have been over the last 16 years. To do so, and I'm moving forward. So I take really a grateful heart for this opportunity. Hey, Nikki. So I want to ask you all something. Hey, Tanya. When somebody asks you how are you feeling? How are you doing? How are you this? How are you that? Typically, we just give them a general answer. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm fine. Hey, Liza. Hey, and so we really give them that superficial or surface, shall I say, answer, because we have gotten so familiar with that question. How are you? So when I'm asking the question tonight, how does the woman stand when she have done all to stand. So typically when someone is asking you how HOW is used, that you may be able to understand your quality or your condition. It's used to ask you about that. It's used to ask you about your condition or your quality. Now I'm asking you tonight, as a powerful woman who have gone through so many things, because every black woman have gone through some. Can you imagine what our ancestors had to stand through just for us to get here? Camus, I would love for you to be a part of this movement, because Dunamis Woman is not just biased to women. We do have a part that's for real awesome men, and that will be coming up real soon, because there is no woman and no man who we can't do anything together in this life. We have to stand united in purity of heart, mind, and soul. So can you all imagine about the things that our ancestors had to stand through and go through only for us to get here today? Only for us to be in the position and the place that we're in today. Yes, Jamaica, oh my God. So what state of condition were they in? What state of quality were they to be able to endure and to be able to go through all these things that we may get here today? So it seems like every generation is growing worse and worse and getting less strengthened, but realistically, power, dunamis, never dies. So I want to ask you a question right now, and please, you all, as a woman, as the woman, I'm asking you the question, because the woman, you were chosen for the man in your life. A woman is just general. She's a general woman, and she's doing kind of any and everything. But when you were chosen by the man in your life, he's a real awesome man. He's a great man. And a man's mind is mega. The man's mind is great. So he didn't just choose you to be choosing you, because he saw something in you as the woman. He saw something in you great that most of us as women, we don't even see ourselves. So I'm going to ask you two questions right now. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Out of all that you have stood for as a woman, that means a woman before you were married, a woman before you were even chosen by that man to become the woman. Out of all that you stood for, what is your condition emotionally? What emotional state do you believe that you're in right now? Are you tired? Are you depleted? Are you woe out? See, we have to be able to empower ourselves by admitting the truth. It's nothing wrong with it. It don't make you weak. Black women, we were always told, take it. You a strong black woman. You a strong black woman. I heard so many people say that about my mother, and may she rest in peace, because I saw her hardships and she took a badge of honor, as most black women and ancestors did. I'm a strong black woman. But reality is she was depleted in her soul. She was woe out. She had been with so many things that had come to try to defeat her, raising kids by herself. You know what? And Charity, I want you to hold on to the fact that you will remarry, because this is why you're here, so you can get built up in your soul, and that you don't have to get depleted before you even get in there real good. So I want you to take this, okay? You're drained, Kimberly. Thank you for your honesty. So women, I really want you to be aware of your present state and your present condition, okay? Because before you know how to stand, you got to know where you are. Sheila, we all been broken. We all been worn out. That's why the healing power of God, that's dunamis, is so important. It's an experience. It's an experience. And I want you to join me, Antoinette and Lisa and all the ladies that's tired and saying, you know what, I want to be honest with my present state and my condition and my emotions. I am having a healing for my soul challenge, 10 days beginning next Monday. And it don't cost you nothing. All it costs you is the truth. See, all it's going to cost you is the truth. Jamaica, because you're exhausted, I want you to join me on this Healing for My Soul challenge. Now, my second question that I have for you tonight, and then I'm going to tell you how does the woman really stand. The second question is, as the woman chosen for the man, the woman chosen for the man that you are called to, do you really realize your quality? Do you really realize your value? See, because a qualitative woman and a woman of rich value, Kimberly, thank you for joining me. You can go and sign up right there. You see it at the top of the page, bit.ly/healing challenge. Healing is essential. Yes, it is, Liza. But the qualitative woman and a woman who's rich in value, she takes insurmountable emotional hits. I'm telling you right now. That's because the whole goal is to diminish your power, drain you, and deplete you. Okay? That's why healing is a lifestyle, because we have so much that we give out. We give it to the man, we give it to our children, we give it to our friends, we give it to our family. And in this hour and era of time that we're living in, there are so many blended families, so many. So it's just not you and the husband that you have now, but you still may have a child. You may have a child by your ex-husband or some other man, and you still have that responsibility to deal with some of those things, because divorce just don't take away some things. Divorce will never separate a sperm. You know, once it's there, it's there. And the blood comes from the man. The blood from the father is in the child. You can't separate that. So Sharon, Liza, all you women, come join me on the Healing Challenge, because we're going to go into some deeper stuff for these next 10 days. And I want you to be prepared for it. Now, I want you to know that dunamis, write this down. Put it up on here when you post this for me. Dunamis is about quality, not quantity. Dunamis is about quality versus quantity. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how many houses and cars you have. I don't care if you got some of the famous brand name stuff. I don't care. The quantity does not measure up with your quality. But the quality of who you are as the woman can far outweigh the quantity of anything that you could ever obtain. Okay? Antoinese, we better talk about it. You are a quality woman because you are a dunamis woman. And I'm here to encourage you. Hold your head up as the woman. Stand strong as the woman. Now, you're going to get some hits. You may get some little attacks there spiritually. That's why it's a spiritual leadership. It's a spiritual coaching. It's a spiritual, because we don't want to believe that spiritual forces are real, but they are. And if they cannot come and defeat you, it wants to come to the next generation and to the next generation and to the next generation. That's why I always tell women, you may be doing good, but what is your legacy looking like? Come on now. You and your quantity of your clothes, the quantity of your hair, you could have Brazilian, virgin, you could have whatever kind you want to make you feel good. But the quantity and the quality of your hair does not constitute for the quality of the woman that you are. Every woman that's on here right now, proclaim who you are as a quality woman by posting, I am dunamis. Just say, I am dunamis. Dunamis. I am dunamis. Go on and proclaim it. Let everybody know, because that means you are a valuable woman and you're quality. And nothing that you could ever work for or obtain can measure up or even project the quality of the richness that was spiritually endowed within your heart, your mind, and your soul. And that's what healing is going to be. It's going to resurrect. Healing is going to cause you to come alive again. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Liza. Healing in your soul. Healing in your emotions. Healing in your mind. It's going to even change the countenance on your face. Trust me. I have gone through this journey and I'm steadily going through it. But when I started off, oh my God, I'll tell you more about that when we have the challenge starting next Monday. I'll share more of that with you. So what I want you to do is these 3 things I want you to be aware of. I want you to be aware. Thank you, Jamaica. You're a dunamis. I want you to be aware. Okay? I want you to be aware that these 3 things that I'm going to give you will inhibit you from standing. Hey, Tyra, inhibit you from standing. For those of you all who just came on, before I go into that, I am Dee Collins. I am Dunamis D. I am the founder of Dunamis Woman Enterprise, where our mission and our goal is to empower, to educate, to esteem, to mentor, to coach women pray for them that they may experience the healing power of God for their life and their relationships to constantly grow greater and greater and greater. You are a dunamis woman, Jennifer. Thank you. You are a dunamis woman, Michelle. And I don't want you all to forget that. That means you are a miracle. And nothing can stop a miracle. Nothing can change a miracle. Nothing can come up against a miracle and endure and last. Okay? Now, before I go, hey, Tiffany, you are a dunamis woman. I want you to be aware of these three things, because I'm going to talk a little bit more about it when I go into the healing challenge starting next Monday. So I want you to sign up now. It ain't going to cost you nothing but some truth and some time. Tell yourself the truth and give yourself some time to invest in yourself with time that you may be able to deal with some things. All right. Number one. Okay. One of the things that I don't want you to do, which inhibits you from standing, is not knowing your value. Okay. That's why I had you post, I am a dunamis woman. That's why I had you say it, Barbara. Thank you. That's why I had you to post it, Jaconda, because you know what? It's a confession. It's a confession, and you're stating to the universe, you're stating to the earth your value. See, you came from out of man, but man came from the earth. So you know what? We're all connected. And Linda, you are a dunamis woman, so you got to know your value. If you do not know your value, you will start shattering. If you don't know your true value, I ain't talking about, ooh, your value because you just wear nice hair and makeup and you look cute. All of us are beautiful. Trust me on that. The inner self, the richness, the value that no man can put a price on is what you're going to learn in this healing challenge. That's why we're dealing with betrayal. We're dealing with rejection. Okay. You got to know your value. If not, you'll start murmuring, you'll start complaining, you'll start giving up, and you won't stand confident as the woman who has been assigned to the man that you all may build together a legacy. Because that's what it's all said about when it's all said and done. What are you going to leave when you're gone off this earth? And I'm not talking about an insurance policy, and I ain't talking about no house and no car. I ain't talking about that, okay? What are your children and your children and your children's children going to know about you and what you stood for as a valuable dunamis woman? Number two, you got to stop doing this. Stop listening to a woman. A woman, okay? How are you going to listen to a woman who, first of all, don't know her value? Second of all, she might not even have a man or a husband, shall I say. And if she does, she don't have your husband. See, that's the key. Let every woman submit to her own husband. Who Jack is not who Jerry is. Who Lamar is not who Larry is. Every man is powerful and he has a mega mind. And we all, as black people, got issues. So you got to know the man that you are called to as the woman. So I tell women all the time, you're talking too much, you're venting too much, you're talking to a woman who don't have the man that you have, shut your mouth, okay? Because every time you release without coaching and you release without counsel and you release without godly wisdom, you're really just venting, okay? And that depletes you on the inside. So now you're trying to stand against all these wiles that the enemy is trying to bring your way to make you give up your life, give up your legacy, give up the man that you have only for a woman to step in, a woman to step in. That's his goal and his whole modus operandi. But you're going to stand, okay? And the last thing I want to give you for tonight is, what inhibits you from standing? I'm going to tell you the truth on this one. Y'all want the truth? Y'all want the truth? Do you really want the truth? What inhibits you from really standing is when you're spending little or no time praying, literally praying for the man, the man. Now, that's why you have to know who you are with specificity. That's why you have to know your value. That's why you have to be confident that you are the woman, because it comes with more just than the feel good. Okay. So when you're not really spending time, I asked one lady that I was coaching. Oh my God, I see her like every 2 weeks. And she said, Pastor, I asked her, I said, how have you been praying for your husband, the man? Because I coached her on how to pray for the man. because that's who God created. God didn't create a husband. He created the man. And so I was coaching her and teaching her and challenging her in some areas of her life to see him as the man. And so I asked her, I said, so did you pray? And so she said, well, I prayed, but I didn't pray. And I laughed. I said, you help me to understand this. She said, I pray for him, but I don't pray. So I said, what's pray? You know what I mean? But I knew what she meant. So that means she didn't have the energy. She didn't have the fortitude. She didn't have the inner strength. She had been depleted. She had been drained because she didn't really have that strength to really give herself in that energy in the praying for him. She'd be like, Lord, just bless him. Yeah, because morally, she knew the right thing to do. But the heart of her soul, the core of her being, the strength that was inside of her had diminished. So at least I knew where she was, because I have to know where you are spiritually in order to guide you to where you have to go deeper into your soul for the man, for the legacy, for the life that God has given you to live deep down within your soul. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really want to admonish you all, all of us don't really pray all the time, because our strength has been diminished. We have become depleted in our soul. Why? Because even in the era of time that we're living in, we're on a rat race. Go. Do. Be. Help. Everybody probably calling you. It's a demand on you. Time you wake up in the morning. And then you're trying to get to a place spiritually, and you're finding yourself going backwards in some cases as opposed to moving forward. Well, I really pray that what I have said to you have really blessed you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, that you may teach and go down within yourself and assess really where are you. So when I ask you again, how are you? Don't fake the funk. Be honest. You could be honest with me. Now, you might not want to be honest with everybody. I ain't going to tell you no lie, because there are people who will come in to try to take advantage of that. But when I ask you, as a spiritual leader and a spiritual life and relationship coach, tell me the truth, because you ain't just telling it to me, you're telling it to yourself. And that's the first avenue and the first thing you have to do to get your life and your strength back. Immensely change. I'm looking to see you. Go right there, bit.ly/healing challenge. Sign up. 10 wonderful days of your life beginning next Sunday. Yes, it is the 15th. And I love to engage with you even the more, because y'all think it's real now. I'm going to keep it real to the real, to the real, to the real. All right. I am Pastor D, founder of Dunamis Women Enterprise. God bless you. Lamar and Ronnie, once again, thank you for this opportunity. And you all continue to have a blessed evening. All right.